Hello everyone, welcome to Aviation and IATA tutorial. My name is Anita Fernandez and we will continue with the aviation and airline terms. The next term that we learn is minimum connecting time. The shortest time interval necessary for transferring from one flight to another. There is a standard MCT for each airport listed in OAG flight guide. Travel agents must adhere to MCT when arranging flight itineraries. It means minimum connecting time. Minimum means less. Connecting time. Connecting time means I'll explain you now. I'll give you an example and I'll explain. Okay, just assume we are going. Okay, we have a journey from Bangalore to Goa and on over from Goa to Mumbai. Okay, now the flight departs from Bangalore. It arrives in Goa. Now in the Goa airport, there will be a minimum time that the aircraft will be there in the Goa airport. It will be like 15 minutes or 30 minutes depending on the OAG flight guide. Whatever they have been instructed to the airline, accordingly the airline will keep the flight for such time. Okay. Let's assume it is for 30 minutes. And then the flight will go from Goa onward to its next journey, that is Mumbai. So this minimum time that the aircraft stays in another city, okay, after its arrival, that time is called as minimum connecting time. This we say it because in Goa, like from Bangalore to Goa, the passengers are there. Okay, some of the passengers they get down at Goa. Then there will be new passengers who will board the flight from Goa, who have to travel from Goa to Mumbai. So for all this procedure to take place, you need some time, okay, for the passengers to deboard and again to board the aircraft. You need some time to get down and take, go back again in the flight. So this time that the aircraft uses in another city, okay, once it arrives, this time is called as the minimum connecting time. So this time connects the flight, okay, from Bangalore to Goa and from Goa to Mumbai. I hope this is clear. The next term that we learn is multiple purpose document or miscellaneous charges order. Okay, a general purpose voucher issued on receipt of extra payments associated with a passenger's journey. Example, I'll give you an example. The best example can be excess baggage. At airport, when a passenger carries an excess baggage, he is charged for it. So when he does the payment, he gets a receipt in return. So that receipt is usually called as miscellaneous charges order, means anything that is extra and that is charged, okay, as per the order by the airline and by the other organizations. So that is called as miscellaneous charges order or MCO. Passengers may on occasion be required to pay additional amount for date changing tickets or carrying excess baggage on board, or perhaps for purchasing an extra seat to carry large fragile objects such as musical instruments. So what happens is there are many reasons why these are issued, okay, that is multiple purpose document or miscellaneous charges order. They both mean the same, but they can be called in either ways by the airline. That is the reason is one I gave you of excess baggage, one is that if there is any additional amount that has to be paid by the passenger, okay, which is not paid in the ticket, it can be for a date change and all, okay. Remember one thing, when you do a booking and then when you change a date of that flight, okay, if I just imagine I want to travel today, but for unforeseen circumstances I'm traveling tomorrow, so I'm changing my date. So what am I supposed to do? The airline will charge me something extra, so that I am supposed to pay. So that for that reason, for excess baggage and for some passengers who are carrying musical instruments, they usually book an extra seat, okay, an extra seat they book. So even for that extra seat, you're supposed to pay. So when such extra charges are there, and whatever the receipt is being given to the passenger, that receipt is known as MPD or MCO. The next, the next term that we learn is neutral unit of construction, that is NUC. Unit of common international value, such as a currency, established by IATA to calculate international airfares and charges. So NUC is nothing but a common international unit. Okay, it is used for calculation of what? Calculation of ticket fares on an international basis. We all know internationally each and every country has different currencies, and the value of each currency is different. So what happens is, in such a case, we need to have a common unit of a common international value. Okay, so NUC is that value where we assume that this is a common value, and that value is being used to calculate the fare. So this is mainly used if you are calculating any ticket fares um, in your job profile, especially for travel agents. Okay, the next term is no-show. A passenger holding a flight reservation who fails to use it and cancel it prior to the flight departure. It means a passenger has booked a ticket. Example, if I have done a booking of the flight, okay, but I don't use that booking because, and I don't even cancel it before the flight departure. Means before the flight takeoff, I'm supposed to cancel my booking if I'm not traveling. But usually what happens, I don't even cancel the booking. So so I will be considered as a no-show passenger. Means I have not showed myself at the airport for that particular flight. Neither I have cancelled my booking. Okay. The last term that we understand here is on request. It refers to the status of a seat request that is not yet confirmed. Means if it's a full flight, okay, and if you have booked for a seat and you have not yet got a confirmed seat, in such cases, that scenario is called as on request. So these are the terms, aviation airline terms that we have studied, and we will continue in the remaining terms in the next video. Thank you.